Hi guys, so today we're in County Tipperary and this is Kilcooly Abbey. So we're going to walk across, it's a farm field, but there's a graveyard and a church as well. So we're going to take a look, see if we can get inside the Abbey as well. So before we go over to the Abbey itself, located on the grounds is this beautiful building, and it's known as a dovecote, and it was used for housing pigeons and doves, and we'll have a look inside. Have a look at this and just look at the workmanship that was done. It's absolutely fascinating, and they're like slates, and then further down we've the bricks, but I presume those little ledges were for roosting, but I've never seen anything like this, and it is truly beautiful. And you can see there it just goes right up like a shape of a dome with an opening then at the top, slate around it. It's very interesting. And we'll just turn back around and have another look. Absolutely beautiful. And we're blessed once again with beautiful weather. So we'll go on up now and have a look at the Abbey itself. So the ruins themselves date back to 1182, when Donald Moore O'Brien handed it over to the Cistercian monks. So I mean, it's situated on beautiful lands, and up there in the distance is Kilculley estate. Behind the woodland here is a mausoleum in the shape of a pyramid and some graves, and then further on out over that way we have the church. So as I said, I'm not sure we're going to get in, but it's definitely worth a look at, and you can see straight away that beautiful window, and I'm presuming it would have been like a stained glass. And then you've an outbuilding there just to the side as well. As we walk up along, so we've the entrance gates here, but they certainly look like they're locked. Oh wow. Okay, so with a little bit of effort, we're in. Now look at that. So we have some information here. So it says Kilcooly Abbey was founded in 1182 following a grant of lands to form a monastery by Donald Moore O'Brien, King of Thomond. The abbey had joined the Cistercian order, becoming a daughter monastery of Jerpoint Abbey, and we were actually in Jerpoint Abbey in County Kilkenny. The abbey expanded under the influence of the Cistercians and was known in Latin as the Monasterium de Avri Campo. It was actually burnt down in attacks in 1418 and 1445, but it was restored by the abbot. Look at those windows. And the abbot's name was Philip Mulvaney, and his elaborate burial slab is still to be found in front of the altar. So we'll have a look, and I'll bring you with us. And we see a little font here, and this also has some beautiful designs. We'll have a look at the ceiling as well, and then we have a little window there, and that brings us in here. So I'm presuming this would have been the altar. You can see a dog resting at his feet. The writing is all in Latin. You see this beautiful window. And this would have been the altar then. And we have another burial tomb here. But once again, any information I find, I'll put it over and edit. There's beautiful carvings there. And that looks out then. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to see out. And you can see that little building outside and the beautiful scenery. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And very well kept. With more designs on this, more writing. It's actually much bigger than I originally thought. You see more designs here, like coat of arms there. And obviously it is in ruins and the roof is gone. I'm not sure we'll get out there. Another beautiful window here. And that possibly would have been another door. And all the windows. So we'll go down along here and we'll take a right and see what else we can see. So we'll turn in here and you can see beautiful designs straight away just up over this doorway. And it's the crucifixion of our Lord, and that looks like a monk and an angel above him. And you can see designs just even on the archway of the door itself. And that looks like a coat of arms as well, just above the door itself. Possibly either holy water fonts or where they would wash their hands before Mass. But that design in the window is, or in the roof, sorry, is all throughout the Abbey. And that brings us outside there as well. And you can see Kilcooly estate there in the distance. Now that unfortunately is all boarded up. And we've another building there. But I don't think we're going to be able to get out there. But if we can, I'll certainly video it. So we walk back out. We've another, what looks like another tomb maybe. This also has lovely designs etched into it. There's sun there. And actually just here on the wall you can see a fish and a man. And actually, now that I look closer, if you can look down along, it's almost like a mermaid. It's very unusual. And those windows are gorgeous. Right down to the slab flooring. And we've another, I'd imagine, holy water font there. Another doorway. Okay, so we're going up. That's to the outside. This little gate is locked off, but it's like a timber roof there. Steps going up, so it would have been another room of some kind. So you can imagine the stories that, you know, tales of what went on here with the Cistercian monks. And that must have been the door to the outside. So we're going to go back in and out here. We'll have a look at some more of the etchings. This is a monk. The cross above him. With spears and a ladder. Quite a lot of history just here. And it is truly beautiful. The landscape is beautiful. And as I said, you can imagine, you know, if you lived all those hundreds of years ago, what would have went on, praying, chanting, music. So these are some of the photos that we've seen inside. And this one actually, we've shown you this one. And it's a mermaid with a comb and mirror. So that is fantastic. And the window there that we've seen, that's the east window. And detail from the 16th century butler tomb and the sacristy wall. So that's actually the butler tomb that we've seen there as well. And then the aerial view. So we've gone out and we'll have a look just around at the outside of the building itself. Let's take a walk down here. So obviously this is farmland, and I'm presuming it's for cattle. So the area that it's in is absolutely stunning, and I can tell you now that the heat out of this sun is amazing for late September. So we've just left the Abbey and we're making our way through the woods to this area here, and you can already see some headstones, and as I said, there's a mausoleum here and it's shaped like a pyramid. So we'll go in and have a look and see if we can read any of the headstones. We'll take a look at the mausoleum first, and it looks like there's ruins there as well, maybe of a church. So unfortunately there is no name on the mausoleum, and the door has been completely bricked closed. But just look at that. And you can see right up at the top there, there's a flat piece of stone, and I wonder at some stage was that maybe a plaque on it or the name inscribed into it. And there's the ruins there. It definitely looks like it was a church. So we have a tomb with a tombstone on top of it. I can't make anything out on that one. And actually, if you just come over here, you'll see that at one stage this would have been, you know, you'd walked in under it. You can see the arch there with the bricks, so you would have walked down through here, and you can see 3 tombstones and a cross on one of them. Can't read anything on that, and unfortunately the torch does nothing as it's just too sunny. And a lovely granite cross at the top of it. This one actually says William Thorpe, who died October the 23rd, 1866, aged 4 years and 5 months. So there's his age just here, 4 years and 5 months, William. And I'm not sure whether this was originally part of it. That seems to be the base of it, so maybe it was standing up on it. But as I said, this would have been underground, but it's been bricked up, and you can kind of just make out where that green you know where the green leaves are, that's where the arch is. But I'm going to walk over this way. There's one headstone here on its own. And we'll see, maybe with the shade here we'll be able to read this a bit better. So I see 1898, and this is Peter Cole. He was 78 when he died. And you can see that actually reasonably well. And just off in the distance there, that's the Abbey that we just visited. Now, erected, looks like, is it William Fitzgerald, it looks like, for his brother Richard. And it's 1806 just there, and he was 96 when he died, so good age. So there's a name Catherine there. And there's also wife. I'm not sure what that says. Age 66, 1816. Also son Adam. Aged, now that looks like 36, 1816 when he died. These are actually quite hard to read. That looks like 1810. Would that be 18 years maybe? Something Cook. In loving memory of Thomas McGee, who died April 1869, aged 56. His son William is there as well, 1871, aged just 5. His wife Rachel, 1893, aged 70, and also their son Thomas, who died in 1920, aged 95. So we have a little 5-year-old William McGee there. Looks like Rebecca. 49. She was 49 when she died, but the date is gone. And it says something like, is that love maybe? Nothing on that one, but I've just spotted a little butterfly who has brought me over to this. But unfortunately, there's nothing on this. Erected by Wesley Russell, memory of his wife, Catherine, 1932. She was 58 when she died. His sister, Annie, 1945, aged just 60. So we have some tombs there as well, but unfortunately the tombs are very hard to read, and I just wonder, is it because they're facing up towards the elements? Erected by Elizabeth. I think her surname is Young. Memory of her husband, John Young. He died 1803, 1807 or 1805, aged 62. And then looks like with tree, that's tree there, of his children who died young. So that's quite sad. Now, it's 1899, it looks like 46. John Deves, it looks like. And this also says, with 3 of his children who died young. So almost identical to the headstone before. Erected by Mr. Richard Deves. That looks, is it in memory of his mother, Mrs. Margaret Deves. She was 82 and she died in 1807. Also, there's an 1811 there, but I can't actually seem to read anything else. That's a fine headstone there, and that's the mausoleum. But once again, any information I get, I'll put it up. And 2 more huge headstones. And I'm actually looking at the brickwork underneath. I wonder, was that one also like a crypt? You know, that you go underground. It certainly is built up high in one area and then flat with the grass. So just off there in the distance is another church and graveyard, and that's where I'm going to take you now.